Stoicism, a philosophy originating in ancient Greece, has long provided valuable insights into how individuals can live a fulfilling and meaningful life. It teaches that external circumstances, such as wealth, power, and societal status, are transient and often beyond one's control. Instead, Stoicism encourages individuals to focus on developing internal virtues like wisdom, emotional stability, and moral integrity. This way of life fosters a deeper sense of purpose, creating lasting contentment regardless of external factors. In the context of relationships, many people, particularly women, may find the pursuit of Stoic values more appealing than the traditional ideals of wealth and power. Money and power, while certainly offering material comfort and influence, do not guarantee emotional fulfillment or meaningful connections. On the other hand, the Stoic pursuit of virtue and emotional intelligence has the potential to create stronger, more lasting relationships. One of the key principles of Stoicism is the cultivation of emotional stability. Life is full of challenges, and how a person responds to these challenges can greatly influence the quality of their relationships. A Stoic person seeks to maintain calmness and rationality, regardless of external circumstances. This emotional resilience can be incredibly valuable in a relationship, as it promotes trust and security. Women, like all individuals, often value emotional stability in a partner because it fosters an environment of peace and understanding. When a person is able to remain composed in times of stress or adversity, it creates a sense of reliability and safety, which is far more attractive than someone who reacts impulsively or emotionally to every situation. Moreover, emotional stability in a Stoic sense doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but rather learning to regulate them. The Stoic individual recognizes that they cannot control the events that happen to them, but they can control their reactions. This focus on personal responsibility and emotional regulation is a trait that many women find appealing. It suggests maturity, self-awareness, and the ability to navigate life's complexities with grace. Another foundational aspect of Stoicism is the pursuit of virtue. Stoics believe that the ultimate goal in life is to live virtuously, embodying qualities such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. These virtues are not simply ideals to strive for in a philosophical sense, but practical attributes that guide one's everyday actions. The importance of virtue lies in its timeless nature. It is not dependent on external factors like money or social status. Someone who possesses true virtue is admired for their character, not for their wealth or position in society. In relationships, virtue fosters a sense of respect and admiration that goes far beyond superficial traits like physical appearance or material possessions. Women, for instance, may value a man who demonstrates integrity, kindness, and loyalty over one who is wealthy but lacks these deeper qualities. Virtue reflects a person's true essence, while money and power can be easily acquired or lost. A virtuous individual provides a sense of consistency and moral grounding, creating a deeper bond that transcends the temporary allure of material wealth. Furthermore, the Stoic emphasis on wisdom and continuous self-improvement aligns with the desire for personal growth that many women seek in a partner. Wisdom, as understood in Stoic philosophy, is the ability to discern what is truly important and to act in accordance with reason. It is not about possessing academic knowledge or intellectual superiority, but about cultivating an understanding of life that leads to virtuous and ethical decisions. The Stoic person constantly works on bettering themselves, whether by reflecting on their actions, learning from their mistakes, or striving to become more virtuous in their daily life. This commitment to self-improvement is something that women often find compelling. A partner who is dedicated to their own growth and who seeks to understand themselves more deeply is seen as someone who can offer not only emotional stability, but also intellectual and moral development. This kind of person doesn't remain stagnant, but strives to evolve, both for their own benefit and for the benefit of those around them. This pursuit of wisdom, along with the humility to accept imperfections, makes for a more dynamic and fulfilling relationship. Moreover, the Stoic value of self-control is a powerful tool in navigating the complexities of romantic relationships. In a world where instant gratification is often prioritized, self-control offers a steady and thoughtful approach to life's challenges. A person who practices self-control is less likely to act out of impulsiveness or desire for power. Instead, they think before they act, weigh their options, and make decisions that align with their long-term values. This thoughtful approach is far more appealing than the reckless pursuit of power or status, as it demonstrates maturity, consideration, and respect for the feelings of others. Respect and equality are also central to Stoic philosophy. The Stoic worldview does not endorse the idea of dominating or controlling others for personal gain. Instead, it encourages people to treat others with dignity and fairness, recognizing the inherent value of all individuals. This egalitarian perspective fosters healthy and balanced relationships, where both parties are valued for who they are, not for what they can offer in terms of wealth or influence. In contrast to the power dynamics often seen in relationships that are driven by materialism or ambition, Stoic relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding. Women, in particular, may appreciate a partner who values them as equals and who does not seek to impose control or manipulate them for personal gain. A Stoic partner is someone who is grounded in their own values and who respects the autonomy and individuality of their partner. This creates a relationship that is built on trust, equality, and a shared commitment to personal and mutual growth. One of the most profound aspects of Stoicism is its focus on the nature of happiness. According to Stoic teachings, true happiness does not come from external possessions or achievements, but from living a life that is aligned with one's values. Wealth, power, and status are fleeting and often come with their own set of challenges and anxieties. In contrast, the Stoic path offers a more sustainable form of contentment. Happiness, from a Stoic perspective, is the result of cultivating virtues like wisdom, justice, and courage, rather than accumulating material possessions or seeking social approval. This form of happiness is not dependent on external factors, meaning that it can endure even in the face of adversity. A person who lives according to Stoic principles can experience a deeper and more lasting form of contentment, one that comes from within rather than from external validation. Women, like everyone else, may find this internal sense of peace and fulfillment more desirable than the fleeting pleasures that come from wealth or power. A partner who is at peace with themselves and who prioritizes their inner well-being is often seen as more attractive than someone who is constantly seeking external validation or struggling to maintain power and influence. In conclusion, Stoicism offers a powerful alternative to the pursuit of money and power as the primary sources of fulfillment. The values of emotional stability, virtue, wisdom, self-control, and respect create a foundation for stronger, more meaningful relationships. These qualities are often seen as more important than material wealth or societal status, as they provide a sense of emotional security, intellectual growth, and moral alignment. For many women, these Stoic principles offer a deeper form of connection and satisfaction than the superficial allure of money and power. By embracing the teachings of Stoicism, individuals can create relationships that are built on mutual respect, shared values, and a commitment to personal and collective growth. As we move forward with understanding Stoicism's value in relationships, particularly when we consider its influence on romantic dynamics, it becomes clear that Stoic principles provide a solid foundation for emotional growth, wisdom, and maturity. These principles are not merely philosophical concepts to be studied in isolation, but are meant to be applied to daily living, especially in intimate relationships. When someone is rooted in Stoic values, they tend to bring a sense of inner peace and stability to the relationship. This internal equilibrium makes them not only more attractive, but also more capable of fostering a fulfilling relationship that doesn't rely on the fleeting rewards of wealth or power. What often happens in relationships driven by materialism or social ambition is that individuals become fixated on external validation. This validation can come in many forms: financial success, social status, or even physical appearance. However, the Stoic mindset teaches that these external markers of success are often transient and can shift in an instant. Money can be lost, status can decline, and looks inevitably change with time. The Stoic way of thinking encourages people to focus instead on the cultivation of inner qualities that endure throughout life's inevitable ups and downs. For women, this shift in focus from external wealth and power to internal growth offers a much more grounded and sustainable form of connection with a partner. Moreover, when both partners in a relationship subscribe to the values of Stoicism, there is a mutual understanding that happiness doesn't come from the external, but from the internal. Both individuals are engaged in the continuous pursuit of wisdom and virtue. In this way, the relationship itself becomes a space for personal growth. There is no competition or comparison over who has more money or who holds more power. Instead, the relationship becomes a journey where each partner strives to better themselves and support the other in their own quest for self-improvement. This shared sense of purpose builds a deeper, more meaningful bond that goes beyond surface-level attractions. When we think about wisdom, a key pillar of Stoicism, it's important to recognize that it's not just intellectual knowledge, but practical knowledge that enhances one's ability to navigate life's challenges. Wisdom provides a framework for making decisions that are in alignment with one's deepest values. In the context of relationships, a partner who possesses wisdom is someone who can offer guidance during difficult times. They are not swayed by impulsive desires or emotional reactions, but instead take time to reflect on the best course of action. Wisdom also entails recognizing that one's happiness is not dependent on controlling the other person or manipulating external situations. It's about recognizing what is in one's control, one's actions and responses, and what is not, other people's behavior or the outcome of circumstances. In a relationship, this wisdom fosters a sense of mutual respect. Both individuals understand that they are responsible for their own happiness and emotional well-being. This reduces the tendency to blame one's partner for their own emotional state. Instead of seeing a partner as a source of validation, the relationship becomes a partnership of equals who are both working towards their own inner growth. Women in particular may find this approach empowering because it allows them to be seen for who they are, beyond the roles or expectations society may place on them. A relationship grounded in wisdom and self-responsibility creates an environment where both partners can thrive as individuals while still supporting each other's growth. This idea of mutual respect is particularly powerful when we consider the modern social landscape, where traditional gender roles and expectations are constantly evolving. Stoicism, with its focus on the intrinsic value of individuals, provides a platform for equality. It removes the need for power imbalances that often arise when one partner tries to control or manipulate the other. In a Stoic relationship, each partner is treated with dignity, regardless of their social or economic standing. Women in this context may find the philosophy especially attractive because it allows them to step out of any limiting roles that might have previously defined them. Instead of being valued for their appearance, status, or the material things they possess, they are appreciated for their wisdom, character, and emotional strength. The Stoic understanding of justice also plays an important role in shaping relationships. Justice in the Stoic sense is not simply about fairness in a legal or formal sense, but about doing what is right in the everyday context of human interaction. It involves treating others with honesty, fairness, and kindness. For women, this idea of justice is deeply appealing because it offers a space where they are treated as equals. A relationship founded on justice ensures that both individuals have their needs and desires acknowledged and respected. It's not about one person dominating the relationship or making all the decisions, but about a cooperative effort to create a balanced, equitable dynamic. This fosters an environment of mutual growth where both parties are empowered to pursue their individual paths while contributing to the shared goals of the relationship. Furthermore, the Stoic approach to life involves a constant reflection on one's actions and thoughts. This continuous self-examination allows individuals to identify areas where they can improve and refine their behavior. This self-awareness helps avoid the pitfalls of ego and arrogance that often arise in relationships where power dynamics are emphasized. A partner who is always striving for improvement and who can admit their flaws is often more attractive than someone who is rigid and unwilling to acknowledge their mistakes. Women in particular may find a man who is humble enough to recognize his shortcomings more endearing than someone who is defensive or self-righteous. Self-control is another central tenet of Stoicism that has profound implications for relationships. It's easy to become swept up in passion or desire, especially in the early stages of a relationship. However, the Stoic approach encourages individuals to moderate their impulses and avoid acting purely out of desire. This self-control allows for more thoughtful decision-making, both in the relationship and in life in general. In a romantic context, this translates into a commitment to maintaining healthy boundaries, communicating openly, and resisting the urge to engage in harmful or manipulative behaviors. Women who may have experienced relationships where control or manipulation was an issue are likely to find the Stoic approach refreshing. It creates a space where emotional intimacy is built on trust, not on the need for validation or dominance. An essential part of self-control in relationships is the ability to navigate conflict. Conflict is inevitable in any relationship, but how it's handled makes all the difference. Stoicism teaches that in moments of conflict, one should not react out of anger or frustration, but should instead approach the situation with calmness and rationality. This is especially important in romantic relationships, where emotions can run high. A Stoic individual doesn't escalate conflicts, but seeks to resolve them in a way that aligns with their values of justice, respect, and wisdom. For women, having a partner who remains calm and composed during disagreements is a huge benefit. It ensures that the conflict is resolved in a healthy, constructive way, without the unnecessary drama or volatility that often arises in relationships based on power struggles. The Stoic mindset also teaches individuals to accept what is outside their control. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances may not always unfold the way one expects. This understanding helps individuals detach from the outcome of situations and focus on their own responses. In relationships, this means accepting that one cannot control another person's actions or decisions. Instead of trying to change or manipulate their partner, a Stoic individual focuses on how they can best contribute to the relationship through their own actions and behaviors. This creates a more harmonious dynamic, where both individuals can act from a place of genuine care and mutual understanding. Finally, Stoicism offers an understanding of happiness that is profoundly different from the societal narrative that equates happiness with material wealth or power. For the Stoic, happiness comes from living in accordance with one's values and accepting the inherent uncertainties of life. It is the result of living a virtuous life, free from the constraints of ego and external validation. In romantic relationships, this means that happiness is not dependent on achieving certain milestones or accumulating possessions, but rather on the growth and development of both partners as individuals. Women in particular may find this approach refreshing because it encourages a form of happiness that is sustainable and rooted in internal fulfillment, rather than in the transient nature of external success. In conclusion, the Stoic path offers a profound and deeply fulfilling approach to life and relationships. Rather than focusing on wealth, power, or external validation, Stoicism encourages individuals to cultivate virtues like wisdom, emotional stability, and integrity. These qualities, in turn, create a deeper, more meaningful connection between partners. For women, the appeal of Stoicism lies in its ability to foster equality, respect, and mutual growth, creating relationships built on lasting values rather than fleeting external achievements. By embracing Stoicism, individuals can cultivate relationships that are rich in emotional depth, intellectual engagement, and personal fulfillment. The deeper one delves into Stoicism, the more it becomes evident how its core principles are intricately designed to guide individuals toward personal fulfillment, both in their individual lives and in their relationships. One might think that material wealth, societal power, and superficial success are the ultimate markers of achievement. But as we explore the heart of Stoic philosophy, we begin to see that these are distractions that often hinder genuine human connection. The pursuit of material gain can easily overshadow the pursuit of deeper, more enduring values, which is why Stoicism encourages individuals to take a step back and reevaluate what truly matters in their lives. It is not uncommon for people to chase after external validations, believing that having more money, prestige, or influence will bring them happiness. Yet Stoicism teaches us that these external factors are fragile and temporary. External validation can never provide lasting satisfaction because it is rooted in something that is beyond our control. People's opinions, financial circumstances, and power structures shift, leaving us vulnerable to disappointment and disillusionment. But when we focus on developing inner virtues, qualities like wisdom, justice, and integrity, we build a foundation that can withstand any of life's challenges. For women, this concept can be especially appealing. Women often find themselves in relationships where the emphasis is placed on external achievements, whether those achievements are financial success, physical appearance, or societal status. While these elements may attract attention, they rarely foster deep and lasting connections. Relationships grounded in these external markers often feel transactional, built on expectations rather than genuine affection. In contrast, when a relationship is based on Stoic virtues, it becomes about something far more enduring: the mutual pursuit of growth and understanding. The role of wisdom in relationships cannot be overstated. In the context of Stoicism, wisdom is the ability to discern what is truly important and act in alignment with that understanding. It is not simply about acquiring knowledge or being well-versed in philosophical texts. Rather, wisdom is about living in accordance with reason and virtue. It allows individuals to navigate life's complexities with clarity and purpose. When both partners in a relationship embody wisdom, they approach challenges with a calm, thoughtful perspective, avoiding rash decisions that can cause unnecessary conflict or harm. Wisdom also brings with it the ability to listen and understand. It is easy to fall into patterns of assumption, to believe that one knows what the other person needs or desires without truly understanding them. But wisdom encourages individuals to pause and reflect, to ask questions and seek deeper insight into the thoughts and feelings of their partner. This kind of listening fosters empathy and compassion, creating an emotional connection that is far more meaningful than anything that can be achieved through wealth or status. For women, this wisdom is an invaluable trait, as it signifies that their voices are heard and their emotions understood. In a Stoic relationship, both partners engage in a constant dialogue, seeking to understand each other on a deeper level rather than merely reacting to surface-level cues. Self-control, as mentioned earlier, is another critical component of Stoic philosophy, and it plays a particularly important role in romantic relationships. In a world that often promotes indulgence, instant gratification, and emotional outbursts, practicing self-control can be transformative. In relationships, it is easy to act impulsively, whether that means saying something hurtful in the heat of an argument, demanding attention and validation, or making decisions based on fleeting desires. Self-control allows individuals to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. This is especially important in moments of conflict or tension. Instead of escalating an argument or becoming defensive, a Stoic partner remains composed, listens carefully, and seeks a resolution that aligns with the relationship's core values. This kind of self-discipline fosters respect, as both partners are able to maintain their composure, even in the most difficult circumstances. It also creates a space for healthy communication, where each individual feels safe to express their thoughts and feelings without fear of being judged or misunderstood. Women, in particular, may appreciate this level of emotional regulation because it offers a sense of stability and assurance in a relationship. When one partner is able to maintain self-control and approach conflicts with calmness and clarity, it sets the tone for the entire relationship, allowing both individuals to engage in more constructive conversations. In Stoic thought, self-control also extends to the realm of desire. The modern world is filled with temptations that promise fleeting pleasure or satisfaction, whether they are material goods, attention from others, or experiences of instant gratification. However, Stoicism teaches that true happiness is found not in the pursuit of external desires, but in the cultivation of inner virtues. This means resisting the urge to chase after things that ultimately do not bring lasting fulfillment. In a romantic relationship, this is particularly important. Relationships built on superficial desires, whether those are based on physical attraction, financial gain, or social status, rarely stand the test of time. When both partners exercise self-control and prioritize deeper, more enduring qualities, their bond becomes far more meaningful. For women, the Stoic approach to desire can offer freedom from societal pressures and expectations. Women are often encouraged to focus on outward appearances and conform to certain standards of beauty, success, or wealth. These pressures can feel overwhelming, but Stoicism offers a way out. By focusing on what truly matters, emotional intelligence, virtue, and personal growth, women can redefine their worth in a way that is independent of external standards. This shift allows them to cultivate self-respect and self-love, independent of societal validation. It also enables them to seek relationships that are based on mutual respect and shared values, rather than superficial attraction or material gain. Furthermore, one of the key lessons of Stoicism is the importance of accepting what is beyond our control. Life is unpredictable, and the people around us may behave in ways that we cannot anticipate or influence. The Stoic approach teaches individuals to accept that they cannot control everything. They cannot control other people's actions, nor can they control the outcome of every situation. Instead of trying to manipulate or force outcomes, a Stoic partner focuses on what is within their control, their own actions and reactions. In relationships, this perspective helps reduce frustration and disappointment, It allows individuals to approach their partner with understanding and empathy, recognizing that both people are imperfect and will make mistakes. By embracing this acceptance, the relationship becomes a space of mutual growth rather than a battleground of control and manipulation. The value of mutual growth in relationships cannot be overstated. When two people are committed to bettering themselves, emotionally, intellectually, and morally, they create a partnership that is not only stronger, but also more dynamic. Each partner encourages the other to grow, learn, and evolve. This creates a sense of shared purpose where both individuals are working toward a common goal, becoming the best versions of themselves. For women, this kind of relationship can be incredibly fulfilling because it allows them to be seen and appreciated for who they are at their core, rather than being expected to conform to someone else's vision of what they should be. A Stoic relationship encourages authenticity, where both individuals can show up as their true selves without fear of judgment or rejection. The pursuit of wisdom, self-control, and mutual respect naturally leads to a deeper sense of emotional intimacy. This intimacy goes beyond physical attraction or the excitement of the early stages of a relationship. It is based on a profound understanding of each other's inner worlds, thoughts, desires, fears, and dreams. Emotional intimacy is built on trust and vulnerability, and it requires both partners to be open and honest with one another. In a Stoic relationship, this kind of intimacy flourishes because both partners are committed to personal growth and to the well-being of the relationship as a whole. There is no need for games or manipulation because the relationship is grounded in honesty, respect, and mutual understanding. Women, in particular, often find this level of emotional intimacy empowering because it allows them to fully express themselves and be heard. In many relationships, women may feel pressured to fit into predefined roles or to silence their own desires in order to please their partner. However, a Stoic relationship fosters an environment where both partners feel equally valued and supported. Women can express their thoughts, feelings, and aspirations without fear of judgment, knowing that their partner will listen and engage with them in a thoughtful, compassionate way. In conclusion, Stoicism offers a profound blueprint for creating relationships that are not only emotionally fulfilling, but also grounded in enduring values. The principles of wisdom, self-control, justice, and mutual respect provide a foundation for deep and lasting connections that transcend the superficial attractions of wealth and power. For women, this approach offers a way to redefine relationships, not as transactions based on external validation, but as partnerships built on shared growth, respect, and emotional intimacy. By embracing the Stoic path, both individuals in a relationship can cultivate a love that is rooted in virtue, wisdom, and a commitment to becoming the best versions of themselves. As we continue to explore the impact of Stoicism in relationships, we recognize that its teachings offer more than just a way to navigate romantic connections. They provide a framework for living a meaningful and purposeful life, one that is not dependent on the fleeting allure of external achievements, but on the steady cultivation of internal virtues. By focusing on what is within our control and letting go of the desire to control others or external outcomes, we can create relationships that are not only more fulfilling, but also more harmonious and sustainable. This is the true power of Stoicism. It teaches us to live with integrity, to value wisdom over wealth, and to prioritize emotional and moral growth over the pursuit of power. As we continue to explore the impact of Stoicism on relationships, it becomes increasingly apparent that the Stoic approach is not merely about individual development, but also about fostering a partnership that thrives on mutual respect, understanding, and emotional maturity. One of the most profound aspects of Stoicism is the idea that we should aim to live in accordance with nature and reason, both of which are essential in navigating human relationships. The Stoic principle of living in harmony with nature suggests that we should embrace the natural flow of life, including its uncertainties and challenges. This perspective is particularly relevant in relationships, where control is often an illusion, and the ability to adapt and remain grounded is vital for long-term fulfillment. When we consider the dynamics of relationships, the notion of control often comes into play. Whether it's a desire to control the outcome of certain situations, influence the behavior of our partner, or steer the relationship in a specific direction, control can quickly become a source of tension. Stoicism teaches that it is the pursuit of virtue, not control, that leads to happiness and fulfillment. In relationships, this means accepting that we cannot control our partner's actions, thoughts, or emotions, nor can we control the external circumstances that might affect the relationship. The only thing we truly control is our own responses and actions. This understanding fosters a sense of acceptance and peace in relationships, enabling both partners to embrace each other's individuality and to let go of the need to manipulate or coerce. This leads us to the importance of letting go of expectations in relationships. Often relationships are burdened by preconceived notions of how things should be, based on societal standards or personal fantasies. These expectations can cause disappointment when reality doesn't align with our ideals. For example, one might expect that a relationship should always be smooth sailing, or that their partner should behave in a particular way to meet their emotional needs. But Stoicism teaches us that expectations often lead to frustration because they are based on a desire to control the uncontrollable. Instead, Stoicism urges us to focus on what we can control: our own mindset, attitudes, and actions. In relationships, this shift in perspective allows both partners to let go of rigid expectations and instead approach each other with acceptance and openness. When both partners embrace Stoic principles, they become more aware of their own emotional triggers and reactions. Emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in navigating relationships successfully. One of the key aspects of Stoicism is the ability to recognize and manage one's emotions, rather than being controlled by them. In romantic relationships, emotions are often intense, and they can cloud judgment or lead to impulsive actions. Stoicism teaches that emotions are not inherently bad, but that it is our responses to them that matter. By practicing emotional awareness and regulation, we can approach conflicts in a calm and composed manner, avoiding unnecessary escalation or hurtful behavior. This emotional intelligence is deeply appealing in relationships because it creates a safe space where both partners feel heard and understood. When one partner can regulate their emotions and approach situations with a clear mind, it promotes a sense of security and trust within the relationship. Women, in particular, may find this emotional steadiness reassuring because it prevents emotional volatility from dominating the relationship. It creates a stable foundation on which both partners can build a lasting connection, rooted in mutual respect and emotional understanding. Rather than reacting impulsively or engaging in toxic behaviors like blame or criticism, both partners can approach each other with kindness and empathy. As we continue to explore Stoicism in the context of romantic relationships, it's essential to address the notion of personal growth and self-improvement. The Stoic philosophy encourages constant self-reflection, with the goal of becoming a better, more virtuous individual every day. This idea of personal growth is not limited to one's career, financial success, or public image. It extends to one's character, emotions, and relationships. A Stoic individual sees each day as an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine their behavior. In relationships, this mindset leads to a dynamic of continuous improvement, where both partners are committed to becoming the best versions of themselves. For women, this pursuit of self-improvement is empowering because it allows them to focus on their own development rather than feeling dependent on their partner for validation or fulfillment. In many traditional relationships, women have often been expected to define themselves in relation to their partner's success or needs. However, Stoicism flips this narrative, encouraging women to focus on their own personal growth. When both partners in a relationship are focused on self-improvement, they create a space where each individual can thrive, not in competition with one another, but in support of each other's journeys. This commitment to growth creates a relationship that is not static or based on external achievements, but is instead evolving in a way that brings both partners closer together. In addition to the emphasis on personal growth, Stoicism also highlights the importance of gratitude and contentment. In relationships, there is often a tendency to focus on what is lacking, what the other person is not doing, how they are not meeting expectations, or how they have disappointed us. While it's natural to feel dissatisfied at times, Stoicism teaches that cultivating gratitude is essential for emotional well-being. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we foster a sense of contentment and appreciation for the present moment. This is particularly relevant in relationships, where constant dissatisfaction can lead to resentment and disconnection. Practicing gratitude within a relationship shifts the focus from what we wish was different to what we appreciate about our partner. It encourages both individuals to recognize the strengths and positive qualities in each other, rather than fixating on flaws or shortcomings. For women, this gratitude can be particularly powerful because it encourages them to appreciate their partner's efforts, even in the face of challenges. It also helps to reinforce a positive cycle, where both partners feel valued and acknowledged for who they are, rather than constantly striving to meet unrealistic expectations. At the core of Stoic philosophy is the idea of living in harmony with the present moment, accepting what is and letting go of the need to control the future. This mindset is incredibly valuable in relationships, where the fear of what might happen or what could go wrong often prevents us from fully embracing the present. Instead of worrying about the future or lamenting past mistakes, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what is happening right now. In a relationship, this means fully engaging with your partner, appreciating the moments you share, and accepting the relationship for what it is, without overburdening it with unrealistic hopes or fears. Women especially may find this focus on the present liberating because it frees them from the pressures of trying to control every aspect of the relationship. Instead of worrying about where the relationship is headed or trying to manipulate the outcomes, they can focus on cultivating a deeper connection with their partner in the here and now. This approach fosters an environment where both partners are able to be fully present with each other, creating a space for authentic emotional exchange and intimacy. In relationships based on Stoic principles, there is also a deep sense of shared responsibility. Rather than viewing the relationship as something that one person owns or controls, both individuals recognize that they are equally responsible for the health and well-being of the partnership. This shared responsibility leads to a sense of cooperation, where both partners are actively contributing to the relationship's growth and success. Women may particularly appreciate this sense of shared responsibility because it eliminates the need for them to bear the emotional weight of the relationship on their own. Instead, both partners work together to navigate challenges and celebrate successes. The concept of justice in Stoicism also plays a vital role in relationships. Stoic justice is not just about following laws or societal rules, but about treating others with fairness, kindness, and respect. In a relationship, justice means recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of your partner and striving to treat them with the same respect you would want for yourself. It means being fair and balanced, not just in the big decisions, but in the everyday interactions that shape the relationship. For women, this sense of justice is vital because it ensures that they are treated with the same respect and consideration as their partner, creating a dynamic that is based on equality and mutual care. Ultimately, the Stoic approach to relationships invites us to embrace a life of purpose, meaning, and virtue. It encourages us to step away from the distractions of wealth, power, and superficial success, and to focus instead on cultivating qualities that promote emotional intelligence, wisdom, justice, and respect. These values create relationships that are grounded in deep emotional connection, mutual growth, and lasting fulfillment. For women, Stoicism offers an empowering philosophy that encourages self-growth, emotional maturity, and equality, while also providing the tools to build a relationship that is both meaningful and resilient. In conclusion, the true power of Stoicism in relationships lies in its ability to transform the way we think about ourselves, our partners, and the dynamics of the relationship itself. By focusing on inner virtues rather than external achievements, Stoicism fosters a partnership that is built on a foundation of wisdom, emotional intelligence, self-control, and mutual respect. For women, this approach provides a way to redefine what it means to be in a relationship, no longer relying on superficial markers of success, but instead focusing on shared growth, authentic connection, and the pursuit of virtue. In embracing Stoicism, both partners can cultivate a love that is not only deeply fulfilling but also enduring, standing the test of time as they continue to grow together in wisdom, love, and virtue. In the end, the power of Stoicism in relationships lies in its ability to provide a timeless framework for cultivating love, respect, and emotional maturity. By embracing the core Stoic principles, wisdom, self-control, justice, and emotional intelligence, both partners can create a relationship that is grounded in virtue and enduring happiness. Rather than seeking fulfillment in external sources like wealth, power, or status, Stoicism invites us to focus on what truly matters, the inner growth of ourselves and our partner, and the shared journey toward becoming the best versions of who we can be. For women, Stoicism offers a deeply empowering path. It allows them to redefine their worth, not based on societal expectations, fleeting external validation or superficial standards, but on their own virtues, wisdom, and self-respect. By embracing these teachings, women can create relationships where they are not only seen, but valued for who they truly are, independent of the pressures of perfection. In doing so, they build a foundation for love that is based on equality, mutual respect, and the freedom to be their authentic selves. This Stoic approach to relationships is not about perfection. It is about striving for continual growth and embracing the imperfections that come with being human. It teaches us that true fulfillment in relationships comes not from controlling our partner or seeking approval, but from understanding, accepting, and supporting one another through the highs and lows of life. It asks us to embrace the challenges and uncertainties of relationships with grace and wisdom, knowing that the real beauty lies in the shared pursuit of virtue and personal growth. As you continue your own journey in relationships, remember that the Stoic path is one of continual learning, reflection, and self-improvement. It is a commitment to becoming better, not just for yourself, but for the one you love. By focusing on what you can control, the way you respond to challenges, the wisdom you cultivate, and the way you show up for your partner, you will create a relationship that stands the test of time. It will be a relationship built on the strength of character, mutual growth, and the deep bond that comes from living in accordance with virtue and love. May you find peace, wisdom, and lasting fulfillment in your relationships, embracing the Stoic path as a way to build love that is both strong and enduring. By living with integrity, wisdom, and kindness, you will not only enrich your own life but also the lives of those you love, creating a bond that grows deeper with each passing day. The pursuit of virtue is not an individual journey. It is one that can be shared and nurtured within the partnership of two people, both committed to growing, loving, and learning together. This is the true essence of a Stoic relationship, not perfection, but a partnership that thrives on shared values, growth, and an unshakable foundation of respect and understanding. With this wisdom, you can create a love that is more enduring than fleeting desires, more powerful than external forces, and more fulfilling than any material gain. In the end, this is the love that will last, a love grounded in virtue, wisdom, and a commitment to growing together.